Hello, welcome to the channel. It is I, Chris, with a K. I hope you're all good. I've just been to Barnham protest and it's a little bit more low-key this week because I think everyone's gearing up for next week. There's a march going from Thetford town centre into Barnham, so that should be good, not one to miss, although having said that I shall be missing it because I have prior engagements, but I digress. There weren't any speeches there today, but I did happen to catch a decent conversation between somebody we shall call Rebel Fight and a couple of police officers. And Zach's in there as well. So have a listen, let me know what you think, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Your costumes on to protect from the families and the friends from maybe their son or daughter who's just been injured. Is this job really worth, would you feel about that?
We know that we can't give any comments.
Because I can't actually say for every individual, there must be one decent copper out there. I should imagine you'd firmly stick that wall up to protect a rapist, a killer, over the people.
What's been proven, Zach?
And I would suggest heavily to, when you're out your costume, to think, because these crimes are consistently happening, they're coming down the line. I'll just think where you're going to be standing, like Aaron's just said, about your children's, grandchildren's futures, because it is time, if any, to get a backbone now and get that moral compass out. Because if you feel like you'll suppress silence because of a little job title. I mean, we just mentioned about, obviously, the biggest paedophile. Obviously, people have heard of Jimmy. You heard of Jimmy Savile?
Yep.
Jimmy Savile.
And the King defended him.
Used
He
to knock
him
about.
As well.
He was the go-between between Diana to try and apparently sort their. I mean, I don't know whether he had a business relationship recoveries. I don't know. But this is what I'm saying. This is where we're at.
This is the truth as well.
This is where we're at.
This is what you defend. This is what you're defending. Ultimately,
the head of the state, Lord Liege. United Kingdom Corporation Limited. You're on Dun and Bradstreet.
I'm more than happy to stand here and listen to you.
I mean, when you put,
that we're not going to be able to give you.
I mean, when you wear the hat and it's got the black and white squares on, you're Freemasonic. You're part of the Freemasonic cult, basically. Men overruling the people.
I just said about standing in a line over to protect someone who's just done the most 100%. Disgusting, serious crimes ever. This is what we're trying to say to you. Of course, you're not going to say anything, but have a think about it when you go back. You must pass each other on your lunch break in the canteens. At work, you must pass each other. You must talk. You must have phone numbers between each other in your non-private time.
But the thing is, though, Zach, I'm talking about these officers specifically, but we've had thousands of these police officers defending these men because they're getting done on the same charges of these men, either raping a woman or abusing a woman, silencing a woman that's had maybe a domestic violent partner, and it's silenced and it's thrown out by the judge who's a Freemason, and the police are a load of Freemasons. They might not know it, but that's who they work for, the people in charge. And they're defending these men coming off the boats because they're abusing women and children as well. I mean, the grooming gangs were abusing the women and children, and then the officers were grooming and abusing the women also. And I've got a list of them, millions of them. There's millions of them all over the country, these police officers that have either been charged, chucked out of duty for being an officer for doing these crimes, or they're even still in the actual forces. One of them from Metropolitan Police, I'm going to say, I've repeated this many times, I stood outside Scotland Yard with Mark Rowley, and one officer, still in uniform, went into a home and raped a 4-month-old baby when they were stealing the children away from a mother, with a social worker being aggressive towards that mother. The officer went upstairs and raped the 4-month-old baby, and he's still in a uniform. What are we protecting? Why are we not having these people held responsible for the crimes they commit? That's why they're allowing these men to come into the communities and abuse our people and put ourselves at risk of being attacked by these men, because the same men are wearing uniforms. They're wearing council suits. They're people that are in your government, in the monarchy, for instance. The king, who's a nonce, he's a child trafficking nonce. He always has been. His sweaty brother, Prince Andrew, a nonce. He's still living and breathing. Jimmy Savile walked his whole life defended by police officers who were standing with him in his own home at Leeds. Our police officers were best mates with him, and he was abusing little children, and the officers let him get away with it. We've got a serious problem. There's going to be a line down the middle, and we're going to have to ask you what side you're going to stand on, because when the shit hit the fan and civil unrest is what the government want us to get to, and we've got to defend ourselves, if you're wearing a uniform and you're a police officer, you're going to have to decide what side you'll stand on. And that's just me being polite. I'm not having a go at you. you're going to have to learn quickly who you're standing with.
Will the people have you though? That's another thing.
Depends what you've done though, doesn't it? If there's any crimes these are committed.
Will the people have you? Yeah. That's another thing as well, because we're like way late in the game, ain't we? We're well late in the game.
We are.
Because you've got to think, hang on a second, should have stood with these guys a long time ago. Will the people have you?
So a lot of them have resigned, haven't they?
A lot of them have resigned, yeah. And a lot of them that are resigning have actually committed some really atrocity crimes against women and children. Like I said, we're going to keep going back to that because the numbers are high. Scotland Yard, Metropolitan, had over 1,000 officers done on rape charges against women and children. So that's why they're defending these men.
I wouldn't believe necessarily, obviously, the search engine called Google anyway, because we know that's controlled.
That's rubbish, yeah.
But even if you go onto this controlled search engine, there's enough on there.
Newspaper clippings come up. I did a search engine of all the officers in Leeds, Manchester, Bristol, all over the country, and it tells you every single officer in the forces that have been done abusing women and children. Some of them, these women have been raped by officers. Some of these children have been sexualised by these officers. Some of these officers are defending these specific men that are coming to Barnham camp. And the grooming gangs. We've got a serious problem, not just with the people that are coming up the boat, the people that are defending them and funding them to come here to attack our people, silencing us when we open our mouth. Like I said, 2 antisocial behaviour orders in my town of Bury St Edmunds for speaking the truth. That is unnecessary when a man's standing up for his own 2 children to protect them from what the future's bringing. It's going to get uncomfortable. So we've got to do one job. We've got to stand up.
Just a quick question.
Absolutely.
What is your main rationale for being here today?
Rationale is to stand here.
Just an open question.
Mine is to support the people of Barnham and Thetford, because I'm Bury St Edmunds, and we've got the same problem with Bury. Over £1 million has been funded by the council to put these specific men into our community. Now, if you come here for a free life, you've got children, you've got women, and you're coming here away from maybe a war-torn country that our government were involved in. That's why I say murdered innocent Afghanistan men, women and children, Iraqis, Palestinians, they died at the hands of our government, so I'm not a racist. I'm here to support these people, because if they do house these men and they go against our wishes to not have them here and housed, there's a serious problem. Why are you housing them in a military camp? What is your reason? Leeds, they house them in old police officers' buildings. I mean, something's seriously wrong. You're training these men up to attack our own people. That's why I'm here. I'm here to defend these people and stand with them and support them. Because I'm a man of this country with 2 children who's really concerned and really worried about where we're going when there's police officers not defending the people. You should be angry like me. You should be pissed off like me. You should be taking that uniform off when you get home and go, why am I defending these fucking nonsense in Parliament and Westminster? They're proving who they are. They're Fabian society. All roads lead to Rome. When you go into a church, a Christian church, I'll just give you a little fact here. You go to a Christian church and you see the gold stand with the eagle with its arms spread out. That was the symbol of the Roman Empire. That was to show authority and control over the people. It's still controlled to this day when you wear a uniform and you've got the black and white checkerboard hats with the white square and the black square, which in turn means we've all got a dark side and a light side, but in your turn, who's who you're working for, Freemasons. And I've been threatened by Freemasons. I've been attacked in London for standing against the police who are attacking our people, and the government and the councils and the social workers and anyone else involved in hiding the crimes that are being committed by police officers and people in uniform.
Can I just
I'm exposed. Yes.
Not be rude.
Yeah,
What's your name, sir?
I don't need to tell you that.
You don't need to tell me.
Rebel Fight. You can put me down as Rebel Fight.
Okay. My name's Mark.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Okay. Have a good rest of the day.
No, you too, mate.